Jashodanandana Jai Braja Janaranjana Jai Braja Janaranjana Jai Braja Janaranjana Jamunatiravanachari Jai Kunjavi Hari Jamunatiravanachari Jai Kunjavi Hari Kunjavi Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Haraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Haraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Puri Brajakarcha Ashtatara Siddha Srishramanchala Abhay Charanara Vina Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Iskon Pratishtata Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Samaveta Gaud Bhakta Vrinda Ki Navadip Dham Ki Ma Ganga Ki Shishinitai Gauda Shitanata Brahmanande Hari Hari Bo Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dharma projita kaitava atra paramanyanama saranam satam vedam ashtavavatra avashta shivadam tapatra unmolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamune krite king vaipara ishvara saddha ridi avarudyate atra kritibi shushushibitakshanat. Ashtamastu tayo ashit Swayam eva harir kila Shubhadracha mahabhaga Tavarajan pitamahi Astamastu tayo ashit Swayam eva harir kila Shubhadracha mahabhaga Tava Rajan pitamahi. Please chant. Matri Mandali. Astamaha, the eighth one. Two, but Tayu, of both Devaki and Vasudev. Asit, appeared. Swayam eva, directly, personally. Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kila, what to speak of? Subhadra, a sister, Subhadra. Cha, and Mahabhaga, highly fortunate. Tava, your Rajan, or Maharaj Parikit, Pitamahi, great-grandmother. It's text number 53, and we have been instructed to read from text number 34. Please listen attentively, O assembly of Vaishnavas. (33). Yesterday we went to what? 34. 34. 35. After saying this, the sun god discharged his semen into the womb of Pritha, and then returned to the celestial kingdom. Immediately thereafter, from Kunti, a child was born who was like a second sun god, Arjuna. No, sorry, Karna. Because Kunti feared people's criticism with great difficulty, she had given up her affection for her child. Unwillingly, she packed the child in a basket and let it float down the waters of the river. Maharaj Parikit, your great-grandfather, the pious and chivalrous King Pandu, later married Kunti. Bridha Sarma, the king of Kurusha, married Kunti's sister Srutadev. From her womb, Dantavakra was born, having been cursed by the sages headed by Sanak. Dantavakra had formerly been born as the son of Diti named Hiranyaksha. King Drishtaketu, the king of Kekaya, married Shrutakirti, another sister of Kunti's. Shrutakirti had 5 sons headed by Santardana. Through the womb of Rajadi Devi, another sister of Kunti, Jaya Shen begot 2 sons named Vinda and Anuvinda. Similarly, the king of Chedi state married Srutasrava. The king's name was Damagosh. The son of Srutasrava was Shishupal, whose birth has already been described in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Vasudev's brother, named Devabhaga, had 2 sons born of his wife Kamsa. These 2 sons were Chitraketu and Brihadbala. Vasudev's brother, named Devashi, married Kamshavati, by whom he begot 2 sons named Suvira and Ishuman. Kanaka, by his wife Kanka, begot 3 sons named Baka, Satyajit and Puruchit. King Srinjai, by his wife Rastrapalika, begot sons headed by Brisha, Durnamashan. King Samyaka, by his wife Surubhumi, begot 2 sons named Harikesh and Hiranyaksha. Thereafter, King Vatsaka, by the womb of his wife Mishrakeshi, who was an Apsara, begot sons headed by Brika. Brika, by his wife Durabakshi, begot Taksha, Pushkara, Sala, and so on. From Shamika, by the womb of his wife Sudamani, came Sumitra, Arjuna, Pal, and others. King Anaka, by his wife Karnika, begot 2 sons named Ritadharma and Jaya. Devaki, Puravi, Rohini, Bhadra, Madri, Rochana, Ila, and others were all wives of Anakundubi. Anakundubi is Vasudev. So Vasudev had so many wives. Devaki, Puravi, Rohini, Bhadra, Madra, Rochana, and Ila, and others. We generally hear about Rohini and Devaki, but so many wives and others. Vasudev, by the womb of his wife Rohini, begot sons such as Bala, Gada, Sharana, Durnamada, Vipula, Dhruva, Krita, and others. From the womb of Pauravi came 12 sons, including Bhuta, Subhadra, Bhadra, Bahu, Durmada, and Bhadra. Nanda, Upandra, Kritaka, Sura, and others were born. From the womb of Madira, Bhadra, Kaushalya gave birth to only 1 son named Keshi. Vasudev, by another of his wives, whose name was Rochana, begot Hasta, Hemangada, and other sons. And by his wife named Ila, he begot sons headed by Udubalka, all of whom were chief personalities in the dynasties of the Yadu, in the dynasty of Yadu. From the womb of Dritadev, one of the wives of Anakundumbi, Vasudev, came a son named Vibrishta. The sons of Shantidev, another wife of Vasudev, were Prasam and Prasita, and others. Vasudev also had a wife named Upadeva, from whom came 10 sons, headed by Rajanya, Kalpa, and Varsha. From Sridev, another wife, came 6 sons, such as Vasu, Hamsa, and Suvangsa. Vasudev has quite a lot of sons. It's like, there's 25 here mentioned. By the semen of Vasudeva in the womb of Devaki Sita, 9 sons were born, headed by Gada Vasudev. Vasudev, who was religion personified, also had a wife named Sahadev, by whom he got 8 sons, headed by Sruta and Pravar. The 8 sons born of Sahadev, such as Pravar and Sruta, were exact incarnations of the 8 Vasus in the heavenly planets. And Vasudeva also begot 8 highly qualified sons through the womb of Devaki. These included Kirtiman, Shushena, Bhadrasena, Riju, Shamadan, Bhadra, Sankarshan, the controller and serpent incarnation. The 8th son was the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, Krishna. the highly fortunate Subhadra, the one daughter, was your grandmother. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki. The 55th verse says, Swayameva Harid Kela, indicating that Krishna, the 8th son of Devaki, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is not an incarnation. Although there is no difference between the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, and his incarnations, Krishna is the original Supreme Person, the complete Godhead. Incarnations exhibit only a certain percentage of the potencies of Godhead. The complete Godhead is Krishna himself, who appeared as the 8th son of Devaki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Shamabeta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Vancha Kalpatru Vishta Kripashin Beba Chapati Dhanapavane Bhava Vaishnavigan. I offer my obeisances to the exalted Vaishnavas present, Radhe Shyam Prabhu and others. Mantra Guru Achottu Shiku Guru Gon Ta Chorane Agi Goriya Bandhan Vande Aham Shri Guru Shijuta Padakamanam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Shagarajatam Shahaganaraganatam Vitang Tang Shajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanashaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Paran Shahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitangshta. Although there is no difference between the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, and his incarnations, Krishna is the original person, the complete Godhead. Indeed, in the Brahma Samhita, it explains, Diparche evihida santanam abhyapeta, dipayate virita hetu shamana dharman. That just as one candle can ignite so many other candles, but that candle remains the original candle. So Sri Krishna is the avatari from whom all avatars of Vishnu, of Godhead, manifest. And just as this analogy of Brahma Samhita explains that Dipayate hetu shamana dharman, that each of the subsequent candles that are ignited, they have samana dharma, means they have equal potency. They have equal potency. So when we discuss about the Vishnu Tattva, Bhagavan, the term Bhagavan is applicable for all the Vishnu Tattva, Bhagavan. And it's not that the Lord Vishnu and his various incarnations are any less in the manifest opulence. So, because God, there can't be like half God or three-quarter God. Then it's not God. So he's full in all of the incarnations. He's Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, Ajo, Avyayatma, Ishvaro, all of these statements in Bhagavad Gita, Param Brahma, these are applicable for all of the Vishnu avatars. Param Brahma, Param Dharma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavam, the ultimate abode, Purusham, the oldest person, Purusham, Shashvatam, ancient, Adi Devam, the God of the gods, Ajam, unborn, Vibhum, the greatest. This is for all of the, no question of being less Bhagavan. And even if we kind of consider things from the time aspect, original means one comes, one coming before the other, but all of the Vishnu forms that have no beginning. Have no beginning. So original, the meaning of original is kind of, it's not so clear, because there's no origin to all of the Vishnu forms. There's no... So, and therefore, as Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, that manmana, bhavamad bhakta, there's various forms of Sri Hari that one can fix one's mind upon and worship, and that's all acceptable. And Rupa Goswami in the Science of Devotion, which Prabhupada the science of devotion, Rupa Goswami's. It's not even a Vedic literature, technically speaking. It's a Goswami Vibhag, Goswami literature. But probably the most important book, the science of devotion, nectar of devotion. And so there, Rupa Goswami, he explains the science of awakening love of God. And he explains that there's different types of love of God that can be awakened. Not that Rupa Goswami's teachings are applicable for Vaikuntha Praptiyo. You can get Bhava Prema and Vaikuntha Prema. And the teachings, the sadhana that he's teaching will lead to that according to one's desire, according to one's association. One will develop attraction for a particular form of the Lord and practice the sadhana and awaken dormant love for that Lord. So they're all the forms of Vishnu, and we're Vishnu Bhaktas. Vishnu Bhakti ki. Bhagavad Bhakti, Vishnu Bhakti, it's all glorious. So what is Prabhupada says here, what is the meaning of complete Godhead? What is special about Krishna? What is special about Krishna? Shall we discuss? Well, Rupa Goswami, he begins the Nectar of Devotion by explaining what's special about Krishna. If you begin at the very beginning, Nectar of Devotion. Akila Rasamrita Murti. It's the first verse, actually. He's describing what this book, Nectar of Devotion, is about. It's Akila Ras. Akila means all. All. So Akila Rash Amrita Murti. He's the embodiment of all the Rasha. Bhakti Rash. He's the embodiment of all. So as Prabhupada was explaining in the purport, Prabhupada was explaining that in different incarnations, different aspects, different potencies are manifest. Just like recently where we celebrated Nishinga Chaturdasi, so there the anger potency of Sri Hari is manifest. Protection, anger. It's full for ferocity, as he Vinashaya Chaduskritam, as he tears apart Hiranyakashipu. So that is the predominant. That's the predominant quality that Lord Nrsimhadev. So these are Leela avatars, and they particularly will perform manifest one aspect. In the purport to Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam verse, Prabhupada says like the power station, and it sends the current, electricity, vibhut, the current, and different things are generated. We may be generating a small, you could have a small, you could charge your phone with a small amount of power, and then you can run AC. Same powerhouse. So sometimes manifesting more power, sometimes manifesting less power. And Prabhupada gives that example for the different Leela avatars. So to begin with, even in describing Ram Leela, there is some distinction between Sri Ram and Sri Krishna, which Prabhupada explains. Would you like to hear what that is? Well, Prabhupada explains that Sri Ram was always in the mood of a king, and not always, but in the forest, of course, he was like a renunciate. And even there's a regal entourage, and therefore it's very formal in associating with Sri Ram. It's very formal. And Prabhupada comments that, however, Sri Krishna, even though he was born in the Kshatriya family, Vasudeva, a king, but he left Mathura and he went to Vrindavan, and there he assumed his eternal Leela, Nitya Leela, his eternal Leela, or you could say the Braja Leela, Aradha Bhagavan Brajesha Tat Dhamma Brindavanam, his eternal abode, Tat Dhamma Brindavanam. And there he performed his pastimes as a informal, casual, friendly village boy. And the cowherd damsels of Vrindavan, Ramnakachi Dupashana Braja Badu Bhaganija Kalpita. The most pleasing type of worship is that which is performed not by the formal prayers of the Pandits reciting the Vedic mantras. The most pleasing type of worship is the chastisement of the Braja Gopis. Aradha Ramnakachidu Upasana. Ramnakachidu was the most pleasing type of Upasana, worship, most pleasing. Braja Badhu, the cowherd maidens of Vrindavan. And so what is the distinctive feature? So Prabhupada was explaining about Lord Ram that Patibrata. So it's only one wife, Sita Thakurani. But with Krishna and Vrindavan, Akila Ras, all of the rasas, and one is eligible according to your desire, one eligible to cultivate that particular rasa and worship Krishna in that way. And so in this way, Akila Ras. So therefore, Krishna is the original, as Prabhupada says, complete. Complete. Because the types of emotions, the type of bhakti rash that can be tasted in association with Krishna is unique, exquisite, and exclusively enjoyable in association with Sri Krishna and no other form of Vishnu. In their teachings, this is all compiled by Srimad Mahaprabhu himself. This is the Rasha Tattva. He explains to Srila Rupa Goswami. Actually, Mahaprabhu's verses are very succinct. He just speaks 3 or 4 verses about Rasha Tattva, about the Pach Pradhan, the Mukhya Rash, the 5, Santa, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Mudurja. That's called the Mukhya Ras, the root, fundamental, primary relationships you can have with Krishna. And then the Gauna Ras, the 7 other, Mahaprabhu's explained those in 2 verses. And he says that according to the Sthayi Bhav, means your permanent rasa, and then according to different circumstances, one may become affected by one of the other 7 rasas. And then Mahaprabhu explains that in 3 verses. And then he orders Rupa Goswami to elaborate on that. H.I. Goshai, Jabe Braja Koilabash, Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Koryala Prakash. Mahaprabhu very succinctly explained the Rasha Tattva. The 3 verses, everything. Everything. The Braja Prema, 12 rasas. And then he explained to Rupa Goswami that you elaborate. Nana Shashta Bicharana Nipuno. And because they're being so expert in Nana Shastra, Bicharanoiko, expert in analysis of so many Shastras, Prabhupada comments, you can read the bibliography of the Nectar of Devotion and see what books Rupa Goswami is quoting from. A huge bibliography. Nana Shastra, Bicharanoiko, extremely expert in all of the Shastric evidence. Nana Shastra, Bicharanoika, Nipuna Sat Dharma Shangstapako, and therefore through their analysis and providing of the evidence from Srimad Bhagavatam, from the Puranas, from the other appropriate Vedic literature and Smriti Shastra, Rupa Goswami, he elaborates on those 3 verses and compiles the whole science of loving God. And Mahaprabhu goes on to explain about the special nature of Vrindavan Prema. It's called Kevala Prema. In Vrindavan it's called Kevala Prema. Kevala Shuddha Prem. Oi Shadja Najane, Oi Shadja Dekleo, Nija Shambonda Shemane. That in the Kevala Prem, in the Prema in Vrindavan, which is not even available in Vaikuntha or in Ayodhya, in the Prema in Vrindavan, Kevala Prem, that's the term that Rupa Goswami used, the term that Mahaprabhu spoke. Keval means only. Keval Shuddha Prem. This pure love. Kevala Shuddha Prem. Oi Shajanajani. The residents of Vrindavan they're not aware that Krishna is God. They're not aware. Oi Shajanajani. They're not aware that Krishna is God. Aishwarya Dekleo, even if Krishna displays his opulence, Nija Shambandha Shemani. They cannot forget their Nija Shambandha, their intimate relationship, Shemani. They constantly remember. even though Krishna displays opulence, it never interrupts or disturbs or overwhelms their familiar relationship, their intimate relationship. And the example that Srimad Mahaprabhu gives is Jashodama. That Krishna and Balaram came back from the forest, Jamuna, bank of Jamuna, herding the calves. And then Balaram said to Ma Jashoda, oh, today Krishna ate clay. And Ma Jashoda said, what? Is that true? Gopal, Idikasho, she said, come. And Krishna said, no, it's just a fabrication. That there was some incident between Balaram and myself this morning. So now in retaliation he is conspiring with the other cowherd boys, and they're fabricating a story against me. And Madhusudana said, then let me see, you come here, sit on my lap. And then she took Bal Gopal on her lap, Nanda, and she looked in his mouth and she saw the Virat Prakash, the Brihat Roop, the universal manifestation, universal, all the three worlds and the Pradhana, Mahatattva, the gross material elements, demigods, everything she saw. And even she saw Vrindavan, and she saw Gokul Gram, and she saw herself sitting there with Krishna on the lap. So Vyas Muni explains that momentarily Jashodama became philosophical, momentarily. And she even began to lament, oh, why am I wasting my life here in householder life? I should be cultivating self-realization. Momentarily she thought like that. And then a flickering interest in self-realization. And then, no, you stupid woman, you have no time for self-realization. You have to feed your baby. You have to cook for your baby. You have to dress. You have to bathe. And this way, again, she's completely absorbed in the Vatsalya Rash. Even though Krishna, he tries, look, I'm God. And then momentarily, well, we're not this body. No, forget. I have to feed Gopal. They're so absorbed. In fact, you know, these relationships that we have in this material world, there's everything for the materialists. I mean, they all have the pictures of the family, and it's all they have. It's all the materialists have, you know, with pictures on the wall, their family. And but actually, and that's all they have. That's everything to them. Everything is their family. Everything. Actually, those relationships are just a perversion of the real reality of Bhakti Ras. They're just as Krishna Buli Shai Jiva Anadi Bahira Mukha, having forgotten that eternal relationship of complete absorption that we have with Krishna, having forgotten that, then a perverted version, a shadow, Chayeva Yasha, like a shadow, and we of these relationships, conjugal or Vatsalya, parents and children or friends, and we think it's everything. It's just a shadow of the reality. This type of Rasha, that Maja Soda, that maternal affection is indescribable with words. The type of love that she's experiencing, maternal affection, is unlimited. Unlimited affection. Unlimited. In the material world, it has its limits. The child, you know, sometimes they are repugnant. You just and husband and wife, they fight, they beat, they fight. There's domestic abuse. It's not what you want it to be. It's always imperfect. It's a shadow. Chayeva Yasha, Bhuvanani Vibhati Durga. It looks like the real thing, but ladies, at the time of marriage, will you marry your husband's shadow? There's no paisa in the pocket of the shadow. And even you embrace, you'll just smash your head on the ground. But actually, and we're all saying, but Prabhu, we're not so foolish. Prabhu will marry the shadow. Why you come to the material world? Yeah, this is the shadow, but we accept it as real. Krishna Buli Anadi Bahiramuka Otavama Anadi Bahiramuka, the external, and we accept as real, these relationships. People are so attached. Family life is everything for people. And it's just a perversion. It's just a perverted reflection of what the soul is actually designed for, bhakti ras. So then Mahaprabhu, he compares the Vatsalya Rosh of Madhya Soda, he compares that with Arjuna. Listen carefully, O scholars of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's very interesting how Mahaprabhu explains this. He says, in the case of Arjuna, although Bhagavad Gita explains in the beginning there is a friendship relationship. Arjuna Shaka, Bhakto Shime Shaka Cheti, Rahasyam hi etat utam, Bhakto Shime Shaka. You are my friend. Shakya Ras. Arjuna is in a relationship of Shakya Ras. However, when Krishna, upon the request of Arjuna, because anyone can stand up and say, Aham Savasya Prabhava. I can say that. I can go on the street and say that. Aham Savasya Prabhava. I can even put it on my YouTube channel. Aham Savasya Prabhava. And so Arjuna said, well, if you can say, then can you show me? Yeah, I can show. So he showed everything, standing in one place. He showed everything, all of the universes, all of the Mahatattva universal form, Virat Rup. So at that time, it's interesting that Arjuna became overwhelmed. And Rupa Goswami gives this example of the Adbhut Rosh, the wonder. He became awestruck. This is Adbhut Mandir. Adbhut Mandir. Awesome. Awesome. Adbhut. So, if we get time, I'll also share with you another Parama Adbhut Kotha, if we get time. trying to get to it. So Mahaprabhu is explaining that Arjuna, he Adbhut. At that time, when he Param Brahma, Param Dharma, full of Aishwarya, you are the supreme abode, you are the ultimate, you are the greatest, Ajo, Vibhum, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, you are the eternal, transcendental, original person. He's completely overwhelmed in the Aishwarya Bhav. At that time, he begins to regret and lament and feel ashamed that I treated you like a friend. He begins to feel ashamed. Oh, what have I done? We sat on the same bed together. I ate at the same time as you. We joked together. I boasted in front of you. Oh, I did this, I did. I treated you like a friend. Please forgive me. Tavedam na mahimam janati. Not knowing your greatness, I've acted with you in such a familiar way. So this is very interesting because actually that's what Krishna wants. And therefore in Vrindavan, there's no way, even though he displays his opulence, it can never disrupt the intimacy. And that's why Vrindavan is so special. Even he tries to, oh, I'm God, look, maybe even sometimes they think he's God, they mention. Like when the Brahmins, they all lined up in front of Jagannath Mishra to complain, your son, we're just trying to perform our daily rituals of dhyan and Ganga Snan, and your son causes so much trouble. One Brahmin said that he comes and he grabs my legs when I'm in the water chanting Gayatri. Another Brahmin said, I set up everything for the puja, the asan, the chandan, the flowers, the kusha grass, the boga. I take my bath, I come, I see Nimai, he's eating the offering, he's scattering all the other items, and he says, Puja hoige iche. I'm the incarnation for the age, and runs off. And another Brahmin says that I'm trying to chant my Gayatri, standing half submerged in the Ganga, murmuring Gayatri mantra. Nimai pops his head out of the water in front of me, spits water in his face, and says, "Who are you meditating on? Meditate on me. I'm the incarnation for the age." And then laughs and runs off. And then the ladies, he comes up, he puts the seeds in the hair of the girls, and it takes a long time to get out. And even some girls, he says, will you marry me? And then other girls, he says, if you don't marry, he says, worship me. I'm the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And if you don't worship me, then I curse you to be a co-wife of 5 other wives, and your husband will be very old. So they're also complaining. At that time, they said, Mishra, we know that your son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They said, we know your son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But it goes in one ear and out the other. He picks up a stick and he's chasing after him. Jagannath Mishra. So even in Vrindavan also, they discuss, Nanda Dulal is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but it doesn't have meaning. It doesn't have meaning because the relation, the intimacy is so overwhelming, it's so powerful. Another example, Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu is explaining that even the Pandavas, actually they have a special type of, they're in a special category. Rupa Goswami also explains the Gaurava Sakya. Sometimes they're in Aishwarya Yukta Prem. Just like Devaki, Kunti. She prays, how does that start? Nanda Kumaraya. How does it start? Krishnaya. Nanda Kumara Govindaya Namo Namaha. So although she's worshipping Krishna as the cowherd boy, Govinda, and as Nandu Kumar, but Govindaya Namo Namaha, she also understands that he's God. This is called Aishwarya Yukta Prema. So sometimes the Pandavas and the Yadus, they experience that. Like Arjuna, when he's praying Param Brahma, Param Dharma, he understands that Krishna is God. And then other times, they're in the intimate Sakya Ras. So they fluctuate from intimacy to Aishwarya, occasionally. And the other example that Mahaprabhu gives is Vasudeva and Devaki. That having killed Kamsa and the wrestlers and Kuvalaya Pida, etc., then Vasudeva and Devaki were released from the prison. And they came before Krishna and Balaram. This had been many years that they hadn't had the association of their son, Krishna, and Balaram. And so seeing Krishna and Balaram, Vasudeva and Devaki felt affection and wanted to embrace Krishna and Balaram. But remembering that Krishna and Balaram were the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they checked their impulse of affection and they showed their respects. And Mahaprabhu is explaining that this type of love is not as pleasing to me. So this is the supremacy, the exquisite supremacy of the Vrindavan Prema. Of course, whatever we discuss about Vrindavan is equally applicable in Gaur Mandal. When, just as Nanda Baba, he calls Nanda Dula, bring my book, or bring my chopo. So Jagannath Mishra, he calls Shachinandan, he says, because they're Brahmins, he says, bring my book. And hearing this, Sachinandan, he very happily, he jumps up, he runs inside, he finds the book, he brings it out, carrying on his head, he gives it to Jagannath Mishra. While he's coming and going, Jagannath Mishra notices that they hear the sound of ankle bells. And this is very astonishing. And he says to Sachimata, where is the sound of ankle bells coming from? Because our Nimai, he's not wearing ankle bells. And they're very astonished by this. And then, in the home, because in Navadip, the Navadip Bashis, they're living in the cottage. They're not living in an apartment. They're living in cottage, made of clay. And the roof is made of grass and a bamboo. This is the cottage. And the floor is mati. The floor is clay. And every morning the ladies, they get up and they cover everything with cow dung and the courtyard and the cooking area. This is Vedic life. Navadip Dham. This is the environment that Shachinandan was residing in a cottage. So Jagannath Mishra noticed that around the cottage, all over the floor, were the imprints of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He noticed the marks on the footprints. There was of the flag and the thunderbolt and the goad for controlling elephants and a fish and other the auspicious symptoms of the Supreme Personality, which only appear on the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He saw these footprints all over his home. So seeing that, he bowed down to those footprints, bowed his head down to those footprints, paying obeisances. He turned to Sachimata and he said, we will be liberated in this life. Oh, hearers of Srimad Bhagavatam, just try to understand the significance of this statement. This person is the eternal father of Sri Hari, who appears with him in his various incarnations to serve him as his father. What a special soul, an eternally liberated soul. He's thinking he's a conditioned soul and that Nimai is his son. We will be liberated in this life. And he said to Sachimata that, oh Vishwarupma, you make a special offering of that's called paramanna. That's rice cooked in ghee, paramanna, and we will do panchagabha abhishek. Panchagabha, just like we are doing every day in the temple here, panchagabha. The cow, dohi, and milk, and dung, and mutra, and what else is there? Ghee. Panchagabha abhishek, very auspicious. All the items from the cow. And so next day he said, Mishra says that, Mishra Purandra says that, I think that the Damodashila is climbing down off the altar and wandering around the cottage at night. So tomorrow we'll do a special abhishek of the Damodar Shila. And as he's sitting there doing abhishek, Panchagabha abhishek of the Damodar Shila, Sachinandan is sitting and smiling. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is sitting next to him and he doesn't know. Because this is, why is this is required? Because this is the sweetness of Bhagavad Bhakti, of Krishna Leela. If Jagannath Mishra, if he's thinking that, even he had a dream, and a Brahman, an effulgent Brahman appeared to him in a dream and said, Mishra, you're foolishly chastising your son. Don't you know that he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead? What is the use of your chastisement? And Jagannath Mishra, in the dream, he replied, yes, that may be so. My son may be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but I am his father, and it's my responsibility to give him an education and correct him when he makes mistakes. So this is pleasing to Sri Hari because he wants to enjoy the Leela. If when Majasoda puts him down and he's angry, he's angry. How can he be angry? Well, he becomes angry. It's Leela because little baby becomes angry. He wants to enjoy Braja Bihari. And this is what he does when he enjoys. What do we do when we enjoy? We'll come to that. So he breaks the pot, she comes, she sees, she's all angry. He gets afraid. Muhushashakampa Chirikanka Kanta Rudantam Muhunetra Jugam Rijantam. And his two little palms are rubbing his eyes, and the ointment is being smeared around his eyes as he's rubbing. And Muhushashakampa, his breath is quivering with fear. Jashodobio Lukolat. Jashoda Ubiya, fear, bhaya. He's afraid of Mother Yasoda. So Krishna forgets he's God. And Mother Yasoda, she's not going to say, well, you're God, so break as many pots as you like. What can I say about it, Where's the fun in that? So she doesn't think he's God, and she's chasing him with the stick, and this way he's enjoying. This is how God enjoys. What do we do when we enjoy? Okay, take a holiday. And it's such a disappointment. Right? Everyone's cheating you, even the taxi driver. The hotel room's a mess. The AC doesn't work. Drip, 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 drip. The fridge is broken. Someone's sick. Everything. And people come back, great holiday. Oh, it was wonderful. We had a great time. Look at my Facebook shots. That's not the real experience. But what does God do when he enjoys? He takes birth in the Brahmin family and he becomes the Parama Pandit in Navadip. Just imagine Navadip Dham. No electricity, no cars, no jigga 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 jigga. Just village, coconut trees, the warm breezes, Ma Ganga, thousands of devotees taking bath, all fresh produce, and the pundits are gathering and arguing and debating. And he appears in that assembly, becomes the greatest pundit. Emon manushir pandit deke nai, Krishna na bhajane, shabai dukkha pai. And all the devotees are just lamenting. If only Nimai would become a devotee, they would fall down on the bank of Ma Ganga and pray, please, Ma Ganga, please make Nimai a devotee. And then eventually when he came back from Gaya, having taken initiation, came back from Gaya. And all the devotees, they're meeting every morning in Srivas Thakur's house, collecting the flowers. The Kundagach gives flowers all year round. And Srimam, Srivas Thakur's younger brother, he comes, he's full of joy. He's picking flowers. And the devotee, why, you're so happy today? Yes, certainly there must be a reason. Well, if there's a reason, tell us. Then hear the reason. Parama Odbhut Kota, Mahashambhab, Nimai Pandit Ho Ilo, Parama Vaishnava. Parama Odbhut Kota, the amazing has happened. Maha Ashambhab, the thing which we thought would never happen. Ashambhab, the impossible. Nimai Pandit Hoilo Param Vaishnava. So he's performing this Vidya Leela, he's enjoying, smashing the Mishras and the Bhattacharjas and all that, and increasing the desire of the devotees to be able to associate with him, to do Sankirtan with him, and absorb themselves. So these are some thoughts that we came to mind this morning upon hearing these verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. We invite questions from the learned assembly. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki